This God of ours, this God will take care of us. Even if you didn't have faith, even if you have now not met Him, He is a wonderful God. Thank you.
Happy evening, dear friends and masters. Great morning. Happy Guru Poornima to everyone. That was one of the final messages that Patriji was delivering in his lifetime, this lifetime. Just a couple of days before he vacated his body. I'm sure some of you here have interacted, had an influence of him on you, or some teachers in our life. Guru means something that has heavier. Laghu, opposite, is lighter. Guru, Laghu. Somebody is heavier with knowledge, and then lighter with knowledge. So we go to the one who is heavier with knowledge. So we receive it. But a true master is not only imparting knowledge, but also following it. Yaha yachinoti acharati acharayati acharyaha. Whoever yachinoti, whoever gains knowledge, acharati, whoever implements knowledge, acharyati, whoever makes others practice it, is acharyaha. Patriji and the many gurus in our life were inspired when they gain, but then also implement the practice. They become an example, model. It's not what we do one thing and then tell somebody else other thing. Of children, we tell them do something, but we don't do it. We can never be a guru, or we can never be a master, because that middle step is missing. We ask, we seek, yachinoti. Acharati, we practice it. Acharyati, we make others practice it. Then you become acharya. In our philosophy, it's always about speaking from our own personal experience. Be that example. Then your energy comes out of that practice. So that energy is what spreads, because we are energy beings fundamentally, not less of physical beings, more of energy beings. There's energy that is rubbing in as a fragrance. It is always going to people around. You are compassionate to yourself, you spread that compassion. You're calm to yourself, you spread calmness to others. You love yourself, you spread the love energy to others. You're begging for love, then you constantly spread the same thing to others, so they also beg for themselves. We can only give what we have. And so very simple that we develop those, imbibe those qualities, and then we go to that guru who is like an acharya, true acharya. But Patriji allowed this model because he always said, your breath is your guru. To make you independent, to make me independent, he always said, your breath is your guru. Everything is there with you. The breath is so intelligent. It takes you to your inner to get you the answers. So follow it, follow it, follow it. Take all your answers from within. I can be only a guide who point. You got to depend on your own meditation strength and energy to solve your challenges, to realize your dreams. This has been his constant message. So don't come that I'll touch you, I'll give you this, and I'll give you blessings, and then you get better. That would be very temporary. Today it'll be over. Tomorrow, then who will be there to support you again? So now his philosophy that you are a master of yourself. Be a light unto yourself. I'm just trying to get a phone set up here. Be a light unto yourself. Let's see what comes. Apo Dipo Bhava. That's his fundamental teaching. In 40-day program, we transform ourselves that we know everything about meditation, how it empowers us. Then we practice and practice and practice and imbibe that. And so in a few days, we become great masters of our life. And so there is no need to go to somebody. Yes, we go together to be in the energies to meditate more and longer and all that. But if we imbibe these simple, understand truths of life, that our thoughts create reality, that regrets breeds new recreative experiences, our energy changes people around, that there is consciousness which is super intelligent, which is our inner self, that we can be drawing our support and strength from regularly by being in touch. I am the greatest person. I am the one who's solving all problems. I am the one who's in the center of my family and then do everything. Sorry, this I has to go. Recognize that we're channeling in every sleep, in every meditation, and every time we lose ourselves, we channel information that is from our higher self. So the greatest information, greatest messages come intuitively so that we can take right action in our life. And so it's happening through that. We forget the point and we develop our ego self and slowly disconnect from it. And so having a grand master of this nature, so we're all happy that in this lifetime we're able to have somebody of this nature to have the guidance. The guidance is simple. Meditation is simple. The truth is simple. And they're not complicated. A simple meditation that leads towards understanding that we are beyond the body, that we have Godhood and infinite potential in each of us, and then our thoughts bring that potential out. Simple. Three things. We hold on to these three, we contemplate on them, then we become that, and so then we start suddenly experiencing a free life because you have unlimited potential. What is not there? Everything is there with you. So why crib and say something is not there in life? Why crib and say somebody is not listening to me? That's because our energy is less. That's why they're not listening to you. That's because you are interfering into their life. So that's why they don't listen. We understand that. That as much as the potential, they too have their own potential. They're free to do things that they want to. If you have Godhood in you, then everybody is the same. If you have liberty and freedom, they have liberty and freedom. They should be allowed to do what they want. No one stops you from living your life, and you don't stop somebody from living their life. No interference. Simple three truths. So we utilize this opportunity today to go into meditation. And I have Vani Madam here, so would you like to share some of her association with Patrisa? Yes. I'm going to do a little bit of this.
Happy Guru Poornima, all the great masters and friends. And first, my great pranams and gratitude to Patriji. In my life, he is always a great grandmaster and guru, father, mother, and everything in my life. Today, when I look back, when I met him, he asked me that, what are you doing? When I said, I'm taking care of my family. Animals also take care of the family. What is the great about yourself? He asked me. And I'm a Shri Sai Baba devotee. I used to do Parayana and everything. Not for the ritual, the master's quality we have to inbuilt in ourselves to do the best. First for ourselves, then family and extended family was the kutumbam. That is what always is emphasized to purpose of our life. Today, when I'm seeing that as a housewife, I'm doing this, when I told him, then after that, what is my purpose? What is my most meaningful and happiest moment in my life? He gave the Pyramid Valley work, soul management services. When I'm doing that with the group conscious and group work, I learned and personally meeting Patri sir and Pyramid Valley project whenever we are going and walking with him and understanding him and every aspect and accept the people the way they are. It's not that I know the knowledge and people can come to me to this kind of knowledge people only. No. He always the people the way they are accept and he guide us in such a wonderful way that it's like a motherly touch and I can go and clarify my journey, whatever certain things which I want to implement and no fear, no lack, and understand the word meaning behind that and through book, through his message, through like a little bit strong voice and talking with somebody, oh, this is he's talking about me, which I have to understand. Like that every time made me to understand what is important in my life. Next, soul trends, when I started, you are the counselor when he told, I have so many things. What is I'm a counselor? What I am like my life, so many conflicts and so many